What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy, Sir Jorge the Great, bringing you the second week of the team builder for the second week of the BBR, better known as the Breedjets Battle Royale. This week we are facing off none other than my other Texan member, Shayquaza, and his Dallas Starmies. We've battled Shay a few times, and I'm excited for another rematch. I think we've actually 0-2 against him. We played him in the NCP, we played him in the APA, we lost both times. Yeah. But if you guys did miss last week's match, you guys can check the link down below to check it out. Cause spoilers, if you have not watched it, in 3, 2, 1, we actually did secure a W against Lieutenant Gold. We did get a nice 1-0, and so we're looking forward for another W this week. Hopefully we can get it against Shay. We'll have to wait and see. He does have a scary team. I think everybody has a scary team in this league. So it's going to take a lot of, concentration and prep to make sure we get those W's. Anyways, looking at Shay's team, let's sort of break down what he has, and then we'll get into what we have. But the first Pokemon he has is going to be the Urshifu Single Strike. Urshifu is a brand new Pokemon from the DLCs. It's a dark and fighting type Pokemon at base 97 speed. It has a cool ability with Unseen Fist, and what that does is basically, regardless if we click protect, detect, or whatever it may be, the Unseen Fist will actually ignore that protect, and it will go through the attack. On top of that insane ability, it also has a new move called Wicked Blow, which will always guarantee a crit, and I think it's a base 70 move. So that's something it's very scary, because he also gets access to not Earthquake, Close Combat, Sucker Punch. I don't remember the other moves on top of my head, but he does hit like crazy, and so we're gonna have to be very worried about that. Next thing on his team is going to be Toxicity. We really have a hard time with Toxicity. And I should be bringing this one Pokemon. We're not, but we'll get to that later on. There's two forms of Toxicity that Shay could bring. It's either low-key form or amp form. Low-key form gets like Iron Deluge, and then amp form gets Shift Gear. And if he does bring Shift Gear, that's very scary, because he can easily set up and sweep us from there, which I hope he doesn't. And I think we have a lot of like Pokemon on our squad that scares him out of bringing it. But yeah, Toxicity is very scary this week. I'm very nervous about it, especially if he brings a Scarp variant, then we can easily switch in on it. Like if we know if he's like locked into Boomburst, we can go to a different Pokemon and hopefully deal with it. But regardless, it's going to be very interesting. Next up, he has the Flygon, which can easily set up with the D-Dance. Could also be banned. It could be scarred for him. The base 100 Mon. Yeah, it can click EQ, Dragon Claw, Rock Slide, U-Turn for momentum. So it does have a lot of options for him. I definitely do expect Flygon to come this week because it is a good threat. It also has a good immunity to ground type hits with the Levitate ability. So we'll have to see, and we'll have to wait and see what he does with it. Next up, it's another setup threat of his. It's going to be Azumarill. Azumarill is a Water Fairy type Pokemon with some good abilities. It has huge power and it has Sap Zipper. I think it has a third ability. Oh, it's also Thick Fat. So pretty actually good ability. Thick Fat will reduce the effectiveness of Ice type and Fire type hits. Fortunately, it does resist those two typings, but it'll become a quad resistance, which isn't that bad. Sap Zipper will make it grant an immunity to grass type hits, which is actually kind of cool because it does have a weakness to grass type Pokemon. So with Sap Zipper, will remove that immunity, and then Huge Power will double its attack. So usually, for a sweeper variant of Azumarill, you'll see Belly Drum, Huge Power, and then one's like a berry to increase or to restore its health. That's the word I was looking for. And then usually you can see like Aqua Jet, Liquidation, Play Rough. That's pretty much it. Poison Jab, I think it gets. I could be wrong on that. But very, very scary this week, and hopefully it doesn't come to that case. Next up, he does have the Piloswine. Piloswine is a Ice and Ground type Pokemon. His second on the team. Piloswine is an easy rocket for him. It's a great Eviolite user. We had him in the NCP. No, I'm sorry, the APA. We had him in the AP. We had good old Chris Griffin. It has priority in Ice Shard and can easily click EQ half the time. And that's pretty much it. I'm hoping so the plan is he brings it and leads it with it. Otherwise, one of our systems sort of like flops on us. Anyways, next up he has the Trio. Alone in form. Trio is his fastest Pokemon at base 110. Initially I thought he was base 120, but I was wrong. It's 110. It's a ground and steel type Pokemon. Uh, another rocker for him could be an easy like focus sash lead. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. The trio can click Memento to allow another Pokemon to come in and just set up easily. What else? That's pretty much it. That's pretty much. It's just frail. Like it can hit pretty hard, but like other than that, it's just gonna like come in and die essentially. So he really is gonna have to play smart about it. Next up, he does have Blastoise. Blastoise did get Shell Smash this season, but I think Shell Smash Stoise was banned. So I don't think Shay can bring it. I may be wrong on that, but if you can bring it, that's actually incredibly scary, because Blastoise gets an array of just like coverage moves. So it can either be physical or special, and it's gonna be really hard to deal with. So hopefully Shell Smash is banned. I'm gonna have to look into that, but I think the team we have is still fine regardless. Anyways, next up, he has Decidueye, which is a Ghost and Grass-type Pokemon. It's one of his 2 Grass-type Pokemon on his team. It's a defalker for him. He can run physical, special, whatever it may be. I don't remember if Decidueye got any of the DLC moves. Let me double check. I don't think it did. I could be wrong. I'm checking Pokemon DB very quickly as I record this, by the way. So I get the straight facts. I think he got. Oh, he did get Poltergeist. That's what it. Poltergeist. Yeah, he did get Poltergeist. He did get Skitter Smack. He did get Grassy Glide, and he did get Dual Wing B. Poltergeist is actually very scary because it's just a strong Ghost type move, and since we're running a draft league, all of our Pokemon will have an item. So if he decides to bring Decidueye, Poltergeist is going to be a really easy bring on his part because it's just a 110 attack base move, and that's going to be scary to deal with. Next up, he has Rapidash, which is one of his faster Pokemon at base 105. I do believe. Is it base 105? Yeah, it's base 105. Second fastest thing on his team. It can set up a Swords Dance. It just gets, it does get the Flash Fire ability, which I expected to bring this week. If he does decide to bring the horse, Flash Fire, and then can set up a Swords Dance. It gets coverage in Play Rough. It gets coverage in Wild Charge and high horsepower. Believe it or not, and yeah, it's a good fire type Pokemon. You usually don't see Rapidash too often, but when you do, it is scary. And then finally, on his final squad, it's gonna be that Thwacky. I love Thwacky so much. I've recorded a few free-for-alls with it. His nickname is M-Up because he has sticks, so it's like stick 'em up. Anyways, we're not here to talk about FFA. We're here to talk about Draft League. Thwacky has his hidden ability is the Grassy Surge, so upon switching in, he will set up the Grassy Surge for us, for both Shay and I, and Grassy Surge does it has the effectiveness of Earthquakes, and then on top of that, it also restores our health every so often, or it restores our health at the end of each turn, like leftovers, and then it does boost the effectiveness of Grass type hits. So overall, he does have 3 ground type Pokemon. 3. So when I was building this team, 2 Pokemon I immediately put to the side was Jirachi and Dragozolt, unfortunately, because with Dragozolt, if he does bring all 3 Pokemon, like we just never can click Bulkbeak freely. And like granted, we can click like Dragon Claw or something else, but I just wasn't a fan. And like since he does have Grassy Surge, Earthquake may not be the smartest bring on our part because yes, Toxicity Tree is a big threat and our EQ is is 4 times effective, but it's going to be a lot harder, and if he does have Grassy Surge up and Toxic Tree isn't on the field, and we're just locked into Earthquake or something of that nature, then we're just having a harder time. And so that's something I have to keep in mind. Urshifu is a big threat, and he does have Pillow Swine, and this is something I really hope he does bring, like I mentioned. So anyways, we are now 9 minutes into the video. Let's actually talk about some of our Pokemon. First and foremost, if you guys did, again, he did wonders last week, and I actually am really excited to bring him this week. I was gonna bring a more like one-time set, but I switched at the last minute. So our first Pokemon this week is going to be James Pond the Inteleon. Now, we're basically rocking the same set as last week. We're rocking Sniper, Scope Lens, Timid, Max Special Attack, Max Speed, but instead of Dark Dank Pulse, we are running Air Slash. So the reasoning behind this, again, I was looking at the speed tiers, and Modest does not outpace Jolly or Timid Dugtrio. So I just figured might as well run the max speed in case he like predicts us to run a little bit slower or we basically force him to run as much speed as possible to creep us. And so yeah, that's sort of the thought process I had in mind. Uh, we also actually, I'm sorry, that's a mistake. I'm pretty sure I'll fix it in post production. Um, Currently it says Scald for me, but we actually have Snipe Shot. I'll fix that in pro, so like you guys won't see an issue, but I do. We're rocking Ice Beam, Snipe Shot, Air Slash, and U-Turn. U-Turn is for momentum. Air Slash is for that Urshifu. Scald does a number to the does numbers to the Toxicity, to the Flygon, to the Pillow Swine, to the Dugtrio, to the Rapidash. Air Slash does a number to the Urshifu, like I said. The Azumarill, the Decidueye, and the Thwackey, and then Ice Beam also does damage to the Flygon, the Decidueye, and the Thwackey. So yeah, James Pond is pretty good speed control on our part because we do force him to bring faster Pokemon, so he doesn't he needs to invest more in speed in order to outspeed us if he does bring like a Scarfer. But I do have some counters to his Scarfers. But anyways, there's another thing I forgot to change in the layout, but it's fine. As I said before, we had a new member to the squad. We did trade Pokemaster our Jiggonite, the Jigglypuff, and in return, we did get Surfilius the Jellicent. We've used Surfilius countless of times in different leagues, and I absolutely love this Pokemon. This week we are rocking the Water Absorb ability with the Cobra Berry. We are the Bold Nature. We're max HP, 180 in defense, and 68 special attack. Now with this investment, we'll always have a Wicked Blow from Urshifu, even if he's banded, and we'll always Oko him if if he has no bulk at all with Dazzling Gleam. And that's really what it is. He goes for the Wicked Blow, we take about 60% of health if he's banded, and then we Oko him with Dazzling Gleam. And then if that happens, that's amazing. Shadow Ball Scald is really good overall. We can definitely string sap the Thwackey if we wanted to, the Pillow Swine because we will be faster than it, even the Flygon since we are very bulky. And hopefully, we're able to like stall him out just a little bit. That's the goal. I really like Surfilius this week. Hopefully, we can do some stuff, some shenanigans. If not, I thought about burning him, but if we do burn the Urshifu, he'll just negate his he'll negate his burn through the crits, which is very annoying. But anyways, that's going to be Surfilius this week. On to our next Pokemon, and I realized I did not put the logo again. This is my second time recording this, and I forgot to put the logo again. I'm such a doofus. Anyways, moving on. Our next Pokemon is going to be Sporty the Pissimian. He's rocking another Scarf to set. He's rocking his Scarf again, just like last week. We're actually breaking the same set as last week as well. I just think it's it was very applicable to this week again. Similar to last week, the only difference is that we're actually running max HP rather than max attack. I opted out for a more bulkier set this week than a more physically offensive set. So we're max HP 104 in attack, 156 in speed, with Gunk Shot, Knockoff, Close Combat, and U-Turn. U-Turn for momentum, Close Combat is for step, Knockoff is to get rid of Pokemon's items, and then Gunk Shot just does number across his team. It just hurts the Decidueye, it hurts the Azumarill, which is really important. Close Combat hurts a lot of other things. Like I mentioned before, he does have Grassy Surge, so if I wanted to include Earthquake, I might just switch to Earthquake at the last minute for over Gunk Shot. But this is a Pokemon that probably should be like max speed to outspeed his Toxicity, but at the end of the day, I think I'm gonna take the gamble, and hopefully it does pay off. Yeah, that's gonna be our Pissimian set. On to our next Pokemon. And next up, we are bringing she's making her debut, is the Hax Goddess herself, the Togekiss, with another Scarf. We are rocking the Serene Grace Choice Scarf as well. So we're bringing dual Scarfers. We are rocking, rocking the Modest Nature. We have 100 EVs in HP, max special attack, and then enough speed to outspeed the Dugtrio, Jolly Dugtrio. We have Air Slash, Flamethrower, D-Gleam, and Trick. I was going to bring Defog over Trick, and I decided, you know what, screw it, we'll just bring Trick in case we can like trick the Pillow Swine or the Thwackey for his item. But this combination of moves hits his team incredibly hard. He really has a hard time switching in with into things. Toxicity doesn't want to come in case we have extra sensory. Um, Other than that, Dingleam hurts the Urshifu, it hurts the Flygon, it hurts the. That's pretty much it. Air Slash, that's the other stuff, and so does Flamethrower. So actually, hold up. I'm gonna yeah, in post I'm actually gonna switch. It just hit me right now. I play tomorrow. I'm gonna switch Flamethrower for Aurora Sphere just to hit the Pillow Slime solely, and it actually hits the Dugtrio, which is why I brought it in. So that's gonna be in post. I'm gonna switch. I just made that choice right now. We're gonna switch Flamethrower for Aurora Sphere. Again, you'll see it in y'all's end. It'll be fixed, but on my end it's not. So yeah. Next up, making their BBR debut is gonna be Sir Eggy the Executor. When I initially built, I got the first 5 Pokemon, and then my 6th slot was very open. I didn't know what to bring. I was very hung. I didn't know whether to bring Jirachi, whether to bring Dracozolt, Behem, and then there was Eggy, and again I said he has 3 ground type Pokemon, he has 2 water type Pokemon. So I said, you know what, Eggy, resists all those Pokemon's hits, so why not? We're rocking the Frisk ability, the Haban Berry, which will reduce the effectiveness of Dragon type attacks. We're rocking the Modest Nature, max HP, 196 special attack, and 60 speed. The reasoning behind these EVs is that we'll outpace some speed, like 2 or 3 EVs in speed, like a 63 speed Pillow Swine, and then we dump the rest in HP, or we did max HP and then we dump the rest in special attack. So with this is that we're basically baiting out. So I want him to think that his Pillow Swine will outpace our Eggy, like we're a Trick Room set, and so that we can click Leaf Storm and knock out the Pillow Swine, and then with the Flygon, he goes for the Draco Meteor, he goes for the Outrage, he goes for the Dread Claw. We live the hit and we knock him out with our own Draco Meteor. With this set, we also outpace 0 speed Azumarill, which finger crossed he does bring 0 speed Azumarill, and we hopefully can hurt him hard with Sludge Bomb or Giga Drain if we figure out whether or not he is Sap Sipper. But yeah, I really do like this set. Hopefully it does some work. I'm excited to have Eggy on the squad. And then wrapping things up, this isn't my set. I claim no ownership to this set. You guys might recognize this set from Kyle A. That's right, I am actually bringing Ramus Perio, the Incineroar. I'm bringing his weakness policy set with Pirate Trip. As I mentioned before, I hope he leads up with either the Pillow Swine or the Dugtrio, because best case scenario he does lead off with the Pillow Swine, because we'll click Bulk Up, we click Brick Break, we click Flame Charge, we click Power Trip. With this investment, 1 Flame Charge will outspeed Dugtrio, and then with the Bulk Up, weakness policy, we can sweep. So for those who don't know how this set works, I'll give you a play-by-play. So assume he leads off with Pillow Swine, right? He leads off with Pillow Swine, we lead off with Incineroar. Incineroar's Intimidate will trigger, lowering the Pillow Swine's attack. Assuming that we'll switch out, he will go for Rocks, we'll click a Bulk Up. On the next turn, we'll click Flame Charge, it will be +1 speed, so we should be outspeeding everything. He goes for the EQ, he pops off our weakness policy. Now we are basically +3 attack, +1 defense, +2 special attack, +1 speed. With Power Trip will basically boost it boosts in damage for every stat change we have. So in this scenario we have +6. So I think it's a base 160 move. I could be wrong. And with that we basically sweep. That's it. So that's hopefully we can pull it off. So if we don't see Pillow Swine, if we don't see Dugtrio, then unfortunately this set basically goes to waste, and what we have in our hand is a Intimidator. So it's a big gamble, but I think I'm gonna try to pull this off, guys. So shout out to my boy Kyle A, who is a phenomenal battler. I love watching his videos. So yeah. But that's gonna wrap up the team, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below. I think we have the squad this week. I really do. But let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna wrap this video up here. How did I manage to get down to 20 minutes? That's kind of wild. I'm trying not to make these videos long for you guys. But anyways, you guys do know me, so Jorge, great. Make sure you represent the word of Lil Eggy, And we'll see you tomorrow for week 2 of the Breedjets Battle Royale. We'll see you then. Bye bye.